studio, making it real.
Hello people, welcome to our live session today. As you want to talk about the politics of today, we want to share some topics which will help us understand what politics is. So kwa leo niko na wageni and it is JF Studio. Welcome live. So for our topic of today, nataka kuwauliza my co-partners, are Kenyan leaders listening to the youth? So you will introduce yourself, then wakujue kwanza, after all, then utachangia mada hii.
Thank you so much. My name is Andrew Ongudi. From the question, I disagree that Kenya leaders listen to the youths. One, we have seen a lot of things which have happened recently, and all these things shows very well that leaders have abandoned the youths. And one instance which I can give out clearly is during the Gen Z, that is the year 2024. If truly leaders were listening to the youths, then we could not have such kind of madness happening in Kenya. At least the leaders could have sat down. They could have even called the leaders of youths and agree on various issues which affect them. So totally, I disagree to the fullest. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm Kenneth Tambo. To weigh in my opinion about the topic, leaders listening to the youth, personally, I would say partly they do listen, but for mostly they don't. That's seen in the way they still do their politicking and addressing issues affecting the citizens, especially the youth. It's clear that the politicians, they mostly use the traditional political styles of sloganeering and hyping the emotions of the people instead of addressing issues clearly and providing clear solutions to the problem facing the people. And for the part of them listening, it's possible that they're listening because occasionally you hear the leaders, they address the issues, but not in the way they're supposed to. They talk about the issues, but there are no actions being taken to come up with solutions that are tangible. So as it is now, it's clear that the leaders, they're just ignoring the concerns of the youth, but probably because of their own vested interest in politics, but not for the interest of the masses. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Samuel Omondi. Okay, to my opinion, according to the topic, that leaders are listening to the youth. According to me, what I can say is that leaders are not listening to the youth, simply because I think you can remember very well when we went for an election, the year 2022, most leaders came to our residential places, and they promised us so many things that when they take power, they will deliver so many things to the youths, like jobs, empowering women. We vote for them, but right now they are in power. There's no jobs, there's no empowering women. So many youths are crying. We have single mothers, they don't have jobs. So we as youths, we are asking ourselves, these leaders, they came to us and they promise us so many things that they're gonna deliver to us, but we are just seeing dust. Now, what is not happening to our leaders? So according to me, disagree with the leaders. Now you see, we are approaching to the next election, which is next year, 2027. You will see them coming to our places doing campaign. No, now this is just a game that they're trying to play with us. Yet youths are suffering. Youths are no jobs. So please, leaders, can you do what is supposed to be? Because we are not in a safe place. Thank you.
Okay, to me, I want to disagree with you all. Why? Because wacha tuseme juzi naona government imeleta kazi mingi kwa vijana, and I think hata sahihi ukiangalia kuna bomas, vijana wanafanya kazi, mjengo inajengwa hapa stadium, vijana wameajiriwa hapo, wanafanya kazi. Hata kama ni kazi ya mjengo, ni kazi, si wanaingiza pesa. So kuna so many projects going on in this country, na ziko mingi Koza sijui mbona mnataka kudispute everything. Mnaona government nikaa haifanyi kazi, imefail kabisa. No, to me, I want to disagree with you on that. So if you have any contrary opinion, please let me know.
Thank you so much. Fine, you are talking about government offering jobs. Remember that we have got a lot of universities, and approximately we find that every year about 500,000 graduates normally come out from the high institutions. So you can tell me that all these people who are coming out from the institutions, the only job which they can do is in construction. My friend, some people have gone to school to study courses like maybe supply chain management, for example. Some have gone to study law. Don't tell me that all these people, they will fit. So it's sometimes it's a bit ambiguous to talk about government offering job, and yet the jobs they are offering is specifically under construction. So to me, I really disagree, because just imagine your mother, your dad sold animals for you to go to school, then you come back doing a mjengo. How many years will you do this mjengo to at least to help your mom at home, to build a house at home? So for sure we cannot be taken for granted that jobs are there since there are construction. How I wish that at least the jobs were there fit most of these graduates who are coming from institutions, not only those people who have done maybe engineering or something like mjengo. That's fine, it's a job, yes, I don't disagree with that. But now look at the whole country, look at the verse. Many people have gone to school, many people have done degree. Don't expect me, somebody who has done degree, again you come to to the village, you start carrying stones, my friend, then they will lose this intention of learning. So totally disagree with that. Thank you so much.
I would also want to weigh in my opinion concerning the issue of you alleging that the government is doing something to address the issue of youth unemployment or empowerment. The truth of the fact is that it's true the government has some projects, the government is doing something. Yeah, that's true. They are trying to create jobs, but how sustainable are the jobs vis-a-vis the development of a country or a nation? Let's say, for example, the government has the affordable housing projects where a number of youths are getting jobs there. Take an example of a youth, let's say somebody is working maybe as a mason. Yes, it's true that individual is able to afford the daily needs, but is it taking care of his ambitions of probably progressing or contributing in any other way apart from taking care of himself or the family? So I think more should be put in mentorship programs where people are given the opportunity to be able to exploit their potentials in the way. Life is not about surviving. It's about doing what, being able to choose and create uh, a meaningful life out of whatever you have. So for me, whatever is being done by the government is not enough to achieve the common objective, because we've had severally the government talking about people going to Singapore. I have to say, countries which are developed, they never really focused on these survival means of living for the youth.
Mr. Tambo, do you think government should help you to be creative and innovative, or you as an individual, as a Kenyan who is learned? I think you're the one who's supposed to be very innovative and very creative on that, to avoid, so that you can also create jobs. I think government should not create jobs for everyone.
The government is not supposed to create jobs. That's very true. But the environment opportunities are limited. That's one thing. Let's say, for example, the only opportunities that the government is capable of creating are in the construction industry. And you as an individual, you, according to your potentials, you'd want to take another path, a different path. So they should open up space for mentorship. Let's, for example, whatever you are good in, whatever you can do perfectly, or to be able to progress to another level, that's what this governments will empower you to take that path. Not that you just have to take what is available.
But juzi si government imepeleka watu ughaibuni kufanya kazi.
No, that one doesn't help too. Because if somebody goes abroad, let's say, for example, the opportunities abroad, how much can you use those opportunities to be able to, because eventually somebody will have to come back. You are not going abroad for good. Now, for those who goes abroad, when they come back, can you give examples of those who went abroad and came back and made a change from themselves to the society and the country in general?
I think Patia Sam atuambie wewe unaonaje hii kitu?
Okay, thank you very much.
What is it? Serikali inapeleka
Okay,
watu Gulf.
my friend have said that the government have already created jobs for the youths. Yes, the government is trying to create jobs, but you see, if you look around this country of ours, we have so many youths who have studied different courses. You cannot tell me that youth who have studied a course like law or medicine and just come from the university to come and do mjengo. Do you think that one is making sense according to you? Yet you are saying that the government have already created jobs, opportunity.
To me, it can make sense.
Yes.
The reason you as youth, you have failed. Because you have the skills and you cannot apply them. You cannot create your own jobs. You cannot create jobs. So, to me, I think the government is trying.
So, tell me, do you think you say that youth have got skills? A person from the university who have studied law, how comes that the guy can come and do that job, construction? How can construction and law matching? Can you explain that?
Okay, however, the jobs are limited.
Yeah.
And I think what government is obstructing, niseme okay, wacha niseme wanatufinya kidogo, is the licenses for the companies, your license ya kufungua kampuni and all those. I think hapo ndo ungesema, lakini once uko na skills, you have your
Okay.
you have skills.
Let me tell you. You see, this guy, his dream or her dream was to be a lawyer. You get? Then after finishing her education, he find herself or himself to the mjengo sector. But her dream or her vision and mission was to be a lawyer or a medicine. Do you think if we say that the government have created job opportunity, is it make sense according to you? Just sit down and look.
Okay, Sam, how many people graduated?
We have so
let me say from university.
We have so many youths who have
Youth graduates every year, so many.
Yeah.
Do you think government can employ all of them?
You see, the government cannot employ all of them. But you see, the job that you are trying to saying that the government is creating, those are jobs belong to the common man. The common, I underline the word common man, not a man from the university who have took more than 7 years study his course or her course. Then you want to say that he or she should come from the university and come and do such job. I think that one, you are lying us, my friend.
Okay. It's okay. Atia Mr. Tambo atuambie, naona ako na kitu ya kusema.
Okay, I was thinking, you asked a question. Should the government, is it the responsibility of the government to create opportunities and to make sure that every person has something to do. Yes, the government has all the resources. What's the work of a government? They are supposed to put in place policies and systems to ensure that every single citizen is being useful to, to the nation. Just the same way they're always willing to pursue. Right now, they're talking about the budget. And according to that budget, I understand they are intending to give KRA more powers to be able to pursue people who doesn't file returns. The same way they are using the zeal to pursue people to ensure that everybody pays tax. They are supposed to empower everybody to be able to pay that tax by putting in place systems and that can be able, they should be able to account for each and every individual who so and so, what is so and so doing. Yeah. So it's the responsibility of the government, bottom line.
Okay, it's okay. Let's leave alone that. Okay, by the way, now is this protest meaningful?
Oh, thank you so much. By now, is this protest meaningful? That's a good question to start from. You know what? The Constitution of Kenya allow us as Kenyans the best way to showcase our disagreement or the the best way to showcase that we are disagree with whatever government is doing is by protest. That is something which the constitution allow us to do. It's our right. So therefore, if the only language which the government understand is protest, be it be, then let it be. Because if to talk about the court of law, talk about the justice system, so sometimes it's eroded. Understand that so many cases have been taken to court, and especially these cases which are against the government, you find that they normally get the leeway. Let me give you a good example. There's a case which involved the issue of banding. That is, the students uh, who are supposed to join the university. Of course, the issue of the case took much time in the court. At long last, the government won. So the best way, at least, so that we show our disagreement is by protesting, and it's our right to protest. We have seen a number of situations where we do protest and the government understand so many ways. I can give you a very good example. In the year 2017, when Uhuru was the president of Kenya, you see that there was a bill which was brought to the parliament, whereby it was called security bill, whereby the bill was to give the police almost every right to arrest maybe a suspect and detain him or her without trial. When by that time, when the opposition went to court, the case collapsed. But what happened when the person now decided to go to the street? They understood, and all these things went down. So the best thing to do as Kenyans, the easiest thing to do as Kenyans, so that the government understands us, is through protest. So therefore, I support protest because it's a way of that common mwananchi can be seen by the government, can be understood by the government, compared to, because for sure, if you talk about the common man going to the court, how much money will I spend there, and to whose benefit? But when we go to the streets, people and we strictly say what we are processing about, people will understand and will say that either this one is the best way to do it, or at least we can do away with this because people are suffering.
Okay,
So this is the
okay,
best thing to do.
okay. As per now, there is a protest against the high cost of fuel.
Sure.
Is it Is it necessary as per now?
To me, it's necessary because you know what? Sometimes it's laughable because initially, when we are complaining that Uganda, these countries bordering us, Uganda, Tanzania, they were selling their fuel at a lower price compared to us. While us as Kenya, in Kenya is where the pipes, the pipes which take the oil to the those other countries are located. So how comes that as Kenyans we were selling this the liter of petrol at a higher price compared to the Uganda? You know, this makes sense. These are the things which made people to say, how is it? Are we living in another world whereby we don't understand these things? We are getting all this oil from the same source. Why are we selling it at a higher price compared to our neighbors, Uganda, and yet they're passing here in Kenya? Fine. Some said that Kenya, the economy of Kenya is higher than is higher compared to the other one. Oh, we are but that doesn't make sense at all. So the point is that if we could have decided by that time that we were charging this fuel at a lower price compared to Uganda, then at a later date now the reality comes forward whereby now for sure there's no oil, there's no petroleum, and now the almost the countries are suffering. As per now, it could make sense that even if the price goes up, you know, we could not blame the government now because almost all the countries that's what get the pain. But now we started getting the pain even way back before other countries started getting the pain. So why? So the only way in which they can understand us through protest. Secondly, you know, government has got this money which come from the levy. This money is supposed to caution Kenyans from buying fuel at a higher price. Leave alone that. Look at the VAT. This regime is where we had got the almost 16% of VAT on fuel. You know, if they could have reduced before, at least from 16 to 8, and 8, sometimes it can even be rated. No big deal. Why? Just to caution the Kenyan. When the Kenyans are at least are getting their are at least are not suffering, is when the government also do what? Even can get the money, the money from we call them the tax. But now they're suffering. We don't have even food on the table. How do you expect surely a Kenyan man to pay tax? Then therefore the most of the Kenyans will avoid paying tax. They will maybe cheat under the tax. So the best way at least to do, we protest so that the government should understand that each and every time things must be done in the right way. So we must protest. Thank you.
Mr. Tam, why is it that it is only one part of this nation there is a protest, but the other parts people are silent? That is, it is a business as usual.
That brings us to the core of the problems of Kenya as a nation. So many times people do say that we don't need to dwell on history, but it's sometimes good to retrace your steps if you are lost so that you can find the right way to go. For our case, I think Kenya started on the right path from the beginning. When Kenya started, then soon after, things went the wrong way. And that's what gave birth to the one very big problem that people are talking about to date. You hear politicians talking about tribalism, citizens talking about tribalism. Tribalism is the problem. And it's true, that's the problem.
So
now when people
hadi tribalism kwa fuel.
Exactly. You see, when people are protesting about an issue, like in this case, we are talking about fuel prices. It's true that fuel prices are high. It's true that the government could have done much more to cushion Kenyans. Okay, I'm aware they've done quite a bit, but not enough. And that's why people are still protesting, because it's still too high for the people. So, in ideal situation, being that the issue of fuel hikes is affecting every Kenyan, all Kenyans should have been protesting. But we realize that there's a section of Kenyans who takes advantage of situations to advance their interests. Like for now, if the entire country were out protesting about fuel prices, it would have given some political points to some individuals or some sections of the country. So protesting is a good thing, and it's a language used by the citizens when all the other means fails. When people get to the table to talk about issues and they disagree, they might resort to protesting. And protesting, like we've seen before so many times, it brings results. Sometimes it happens that that's the language that the government or the leadership can understand better. So as it is now, I understand people are protesting about fuel prices. It's okay. But some citizens are saying, let the others also fight on our behalf so that we can enjoy if they succeed together.
Okay, Mr. Sam.
Yes.
To me, I don't support this protest.
Yeah.
So okay, tukiangalia nchi kaa Burundi, Ethiopia, but as per now,
Yes.
hawana fuel.
Exactly true.
And Kenya wako na fuel and they protest over hike of price ya hiyo fuel. Wewe unadhani wale watu wenye wana kabisa wana feel aje? Kenya wako nayo and they protest over just a small hike of the price. Wale wenye wana sasa completely, their economy is down completely, and they are not protesting. Sisi kama Kenya, what do you think?
Okay, thank you very much once again. Okay, according to the high price of the fuel, I can say that our government is trying, because if you compare our country and other country, you can see that our country is doing well, because this thing is all over the world. Some countries, they don't have fuel. They don't. They can say that there's no fuel there. But we, as a country, we can have something. We can see that fuel. So, what I can say, I can urge our people to stay calm. Things will be in the right way, and the price of the fuel will be reduced. Remember, some countries, they don't have that fuel. Yet we, as Kenyans, we have something. We should appreciate the government of Kenya. He's trying. Thank you.
I want to add something. The issue of shortage of fuel, it's been recurring over the years. Whenever there's some conflict somewhere, you hear people saying that fuel shortage is worldwide. So I think experiences like this should also awaken the leadership to start considering putting some, in the US, I understand they do have fuel reserve. To put some reserve so that in crisis like this, people can move on with life normally.
Mr. I want to object. There's something which you have alluded to, which I want to object fully. You have said that is it that some part of this country are the people who are feeling the heat on the fuel? You know, it is laughable to talk about that. Reason being that some years back, when the other regions were demonstrating, that is regions like Nyanza, of course Nyanza, and maybe Coast, they were demonstrating. I don't know if they were demonstrating because they were facing some problems on their own, or was it the whole Kenyan? Sometimes it takes one individual to fight for the whole country. Sometimes it takes a given group of people to fight for the whole country. So when now you put me in a cocoon whereby if I do this, then I'm that character of the people who are demonstrating just because of maybe I'm coming from one side of the country. I hope that that's a wrong allegation, and therefore some people must. How many people died because of when Kenya wanted to get independent? Is it that all everybody were on the street? No, there's some people who are in the forefront. They were fighting for this country, and therefore, if a given community are demonstrating about the issue, I'm very sure when the price is lowered, it is lowered to everybody. Even if you are not demonstrating, even if you are sleeping day and night, if the price is lowered, it's lower to what? Everybody. Secondly, before you quit this, I remember 2020 when the price of fuel again were high. We had got the deputy president by that time, as now is the president, talking about how comes the war in was it Iraq? I don't know this country by that time. How comes the war in those countries affect fuel? And now the same thing happens now. They want us to believe. They want us not to say the it is true that the war in which that country affects what affect us here. By that time, were they not wise to think of such scenario? And the last one, there's something about fuel which most people don't understand. In Kenya, we are blessed. For sure, we are blessed. I'm sure it's by now almost everybody can know that we have got fuel in Turkana. And yet, this government which we are in now, this regime, they closed the processing, the refinery factory in Mombasa to allow them to import fuel from other countries. Why did they close? Surely, if you have got fuel, we have got crude oil in Turkana. The easy thing they could have done to ensure that they expound the refinery which is in Mombasa, so that our fuel which is in Turkana can be refined there and we use. That doesn't make sense that we close ours and he goes ahead. It's very funny for sure. He goes ahead to Tanzania to tell the Tanzania that they have opened, this is Uganda, to have opened refinery in Uganda and where and Tanzania, and yet us in Kenyans, surely we don't have a refinery. We close ours because of the economy, my friend. Some things I don't add up at all. So I disagree totally with the government, this regime of telling us about the fuel.
Okay, it's okay, but hapo kwa fuel ya Turkana siwezi ongea about because sijui what's happening in the real sense, but I think kuna fact checkers walituapia hiyo fuel ilisha. I don't know kaa kuna mtu akona, if you have some fact about it, is it there or iliisha? Okay, before wacha tuseme, let's go to another topic. Yeah, about about Kenyan youth. Why are they angry about the cost of living? Why is it this thing is skyrocketing? Mr. Tam.
That's very obvious. Let's just start with the obvious facts. People have to be hungry. People have every reason to be angry because they are frustrated economically, and people are just desperate. No jobs, cost of living is high. People can't afford so many things. And this anger is directed in so many ways, and mainly it's directed to the leaders, because the leaders, they have to take the responsibility, because if they were applying the necessary efforts and just streamline things in governance, because you realize that the problem of the majority of the youth, particularly most of them are jobless. Most of them don't have opportunities, and life just becoming unbearable in every respect. So the anger is real, and the anger is justified by any means, and the youth are likely to respond just like the human is. As long as you exist, you have to survive. So they'll just have to figure out ways on how to manage their lives.
Mr. Sam,
Yes.
what do you think about the cost of living? Ama ni activists wanatupeleka mbio, wanatuambia huyu Kasongo amekaza maisha. What is it?
Yes. Thank you. It is true that Kenyan youths are very angry. This is because there is no job opportunity. Like the way I said that they promise us job opportunity. But right now, if you look around, there is no job opportunity. You see, this country you have got so many youths who have learned, but you find that they are jobless. They just look like useless, yet they are learned. So the government should come up with the good arrangement and see how we can create job opportunity to the youths, so that youth should get something to do.
Sam, I don't think if somebody who is learned can be useless, because even you are learned to create some opportunities even to the others, some job opportunities to the others also. So how can you say that somebody who is learned is useless?
You see,
How? Because this guy has the skills. The guy has all that he can to create his or her own job, and is a youth in Kenya. And this guy is just sleeping somewhere, waiting for the government to give him job or to give her job. How? And how can we be creative? And
yes.
how soon? How soon can Kenyan?
I've heard you. You
How
said
soon?
that.
How soon can Kenyan child or a Kenyan
Yes.
citizen be creative enough to create his own her own job?
You see, I've heard you. You say this guy should create, should create job. How can he or her create job and he has no job? You know, for you to create job, you must have something.
What is the work of your skills? You are learned. You acquired skills from the schools.
Yeah.
You have gone to university.
Yeah.
And I think if you are university, you are always being told to be by self-reliant. What is the meaning of somebody who is self-reliable? Mtu mwenye inafaa unajitegemea, ujitegemee wewe.
So you go to the university, so that you come and ujitegemee, or you go to the university. You expect from the university, the government will provide for you the opportunity, leave alone to create your own job. They told us that they will create for us job opportunity.
Some government cannot create jobs for everyone. Let me give you an example of a country like India. The population of India is too much, ni kubwa sana, and those guys wanafanya nini? Wame create some small industries, wanatengeneza hizi vitu zenye unaona tunatumia nao. But why Kenyans, sisi wenyewe tumekaa hapo, tunategemea serikali ya kuja atupatie kazi. How?
Okay, if you go
and the population is growing day by day. Serikali itasaidia, ita create job for everyone.
You see, let me tell you one thing. If you go to the USA, the government of the USA normally provide to each and every citizen job opportunity. You will find by the end of the month, you'll find something in your account. That something small in your account, you can create job opportunity. What about this country? Why can our government do that?
Mr. Andrew, let me ask you. Okay, in Kenya, we just graduated the other day from a third world country to now we are in a developing country. How can you say that government can put something in your accounts, even if the government cannot sustain itself? The government depends on our what they collect as taxes, as the revenues.
Now, there's something which is very clear here. It's true that government cannot create jobs for people. This is a fact. But the only thing which government can do to ensure that at least these people are self-reliant is to give that conducive environment, to start that business. Imagine now, those people are content creators now. Do you know that they are being charged? And there's a bill in the parliament to ensure that anything you do in terms of content creation, you must pay a given amount. And yet all these things are all your creation, your innovation, your creativity. Understand this? So the only thing which happens to the government, which is wrong to his people, for sure, the government does not give the conducive environment for job creation. How many employers just recently left from this country to other countries? But why? Because the condition of working here. Talk about the charges, the charges and the taxes being levied in this country. Talk about the permit. For you to open just a business, you will pay more than even the amount you're going to start with the business, the capital amount. Let me give an example. Do you know how much a person who imports a vehicle pays for even just a vehicle, at least to come to Kenya? Imagine that's your job. You are doing this job of importation of vehicles. That money which you pay at the port, my friend, sometimes is 30% of the amount which you purchase. 30%. Just imagine. Then you want to come to sell this kind of vehicles in Kenya. How much will you charge? So, and if you charge that high amount again, you won't get people to buy this. This is an example. A common man who's starting a business just in toy market, for example, for before you start, you must pay the permit. You are already sure even with the customers, first of all, and already you have paid the permit. It's called business permit or something like that. So the point is that the condition of the environment which allows people to work is not there in Kenya. High charges, high levies makes even those people, Bamambogas and the bodabodas, are not even getting what they deserve. Secondly, we talk about why people are hungry. My friend, a hungry dog is a hungry dog is a hungry dog. A hungry dog is a hungry dog. I hope you get what I'm saying. When I'm hungry, automatically I'll be angry. That's a fact. So you don't expect me to say
Stomach is empty.
sure, to be laughing, and yet I have nothing in my stomach. I automatically will be angry. And this is what makes youths to go to they even allow themselves to be killed because of what? There's nothing in the stomach. Should they steal? If they steal again, they'll be jailed for that. So if our stomach can be full, automatically we want to go to the street to fight for our rights, to carry. I hope you remember this free revolution. Why were people carrying sufuria on their heads? Simply because there were no food, and they were hungry. Therefore, made them to be what? To be angry. So for sure, government must do something about giving the conducive environment to start a business. It's their work, not ours. We yes will create opportunity for ourselves, but only that opportunity will come when the environment is what? Is good. Imagine you are talking about the skills. I'm a teacher. I don't know. You want me to use this case of teaching to start my school so that you know that I've now been innovative. That money which I started business in the first place, start my school. Where will I get it? Now, if you are going to work somewhere, you are being asked 5 years experience. You are fresh from university or from college, then you are being asked to for you to get this job, you must have what? 5 years surely. Where get this 5 years and the same that job you have not even got in the first place. At least they could give you that experience so that you go and look for job somewhere to have that experience. So this is a lie, man. To me, government must be responsible. That's a fact. Thank you.
Tambo, what's the solution of these jobless Kenyans, jobless youths who are angry?
The solution is very simple. Industrialization. Putting up industries is capital intensive. You know that putting up an industry, manufacturing industry, needs a lot of capital. That one is something that I believe the government is in a better place to achieve. If the government can create more industries, there are resources everywhere, every county. The industries should be able to absorb people from all different career fields. They'll absorb even innovators, researchers. So the first solution is the government should focus more on industrialization, building more industries. Secondly, the government should focus on education, the education system. Somebody who is properly educated is capable of managing his or her own life better. Education is the backbone of any sort of development a country would want to achieve. According to me, I believe, I'm sure, from the information I got, is that education can be cheaper in this country. Education can be more cheaper, even half the cost right now. I do hear about people talking about bursaries, politicians distributing bursaries, and every politician, from the president, MP, senator, women rep, each one of them has a bursary. How about if they put together all these monies, including the money from help? Then they don't give it out individually to individual students. They distribute it to schools according to the number of students. Then the remaining balance, the remaining amount can be topped up. It will be cheaper so that people can study even to university. If the government decides, they can achieve that. That's number one. Education. Number two, industrialization. That one will solve the issue of unemployment.
Eduong sana.
Yes.
Ni nini serikali haifanye inafanya ifanye?
Okay, thank you.
To square this joblessness thing.
of the government to reduce the number of jobless youths. First of all, I will agree with my learned friend here. The government should build more industries. Remember, we have got like 47 counties. So each and every county, the government should build industry that when the child or and the youth come from the university, should join that industry. Second, I'll urge the government to support the school. When the child reach at the grade 9, the child should start learning the skill at a younger age. We don't want a situation whereby when the child starts learning the skill at around 17 years, 18 years. We want the child to start learning the skill at a younger age so that when he finishes the school, he knows or she knows what he or she should suppose to do. If he wants to be a mechanic, he should start at a younger age. That's grade 9. See? So I think the government should do those two things so that this thing that we are seeing in this country should be reduced. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, Andrew, you have something to add?
Sure. On the same note, which solution are we giving to the government? First of all, it's the work of government to provide services. Fine, I understand that government should not be doing business with the Kenyans itself. So one thing, they're supposed to provide what services which are required at least for these industries, for these factories to be built. Now I remember there is this time when the former president Uhuru Kenyatta came up with what we call the four pillars, or the main four agendas, the big four agendas. One thing which is common to each and every person in the world, in Kenya is agriculture. For sure, agriculture is the backbone of this country. Without agriculture, then automatically most of the things come from the agricultural production. And therefore, if the government can ensure that at least each and every county, there's this thing which is the former CS of trade started these things called industrial parks. Imagine each and every county, not even county, each and every constituency has got a national park, whereby if you are where you are coming from, your the crops which you are doing in your farm mostly is maybe, for example, like potato, for example. And this potato, you don't just sell it to the brokers. This potato, you sell it to the factory which is nearby. This factory do what we call a value addition, whereby we don't just sell potato, raw potato. The potato is being processed to make so many things. My friend, how many jobs will be created at the point? First of all, we'll have got many farmers. Farmers will be there because they will know that their products will not go in vain. Their work will not go in vain. The products will be sold there. Imagine when you go to my village, that is Kabondo, you find that we produce a lot of potato. For example, somebody from Nairobi goes to the village to buy this potato at a throwing price, and we sell them because we don't have other option. What about if each and every county had got this industrial parks, whereby whatever you are producing that place is being processed there, and the farmer getting what he deserves there and there? Imagine each and every county. I'm very sure each and every county has got something they produce. So that's the first thing government will. We will reduce this thing called rural to urban migration. People will not be congested in Nairobi or Mombasa or Kisumu because of jobs. Jobs will be there at home. Secondly, manufacturing industry. Manufacturing. This is one of the industries which have created many jobs to the youths or to the people of Kenya. Again, what government should do is this: government should allow the investors from other countries, to invest in Kenya, to ensure that at least I don't like this act whereby government export people. Surely, are we goods to be exported to other countries? At least goods should be exported. We should export goods to the countries. The good government should ensure that at least there are good services. There is these industries which are available, or the factories which are available in Kenya, so that these people who are being exported are working where? Are working in Kenya. When you go to other countries like India or China, whom do they export to other countries? They export those who are skilled, whereby these people are working. Again, the money which they're receiving here goes back to their country. But for us here, we export even people who are not even skilled, just because of Maju. There's this thing called this slogan the CS of labor came up with, Kazi Maju. You go there, you get stuck in the given country, a foreign country. You don't know anybody there. You are put in one room. You are put almost 50 people. My friend, we are not good.
So why do you want them to export the skilled one and the non-skilled they are being left here?
Now, these people who are skilled, first of all, they need to develop their country first. These are the countries which export to Kenya. Already their countries are developed. Therefore, they export the excess skills. But once the few skills we have here in Kenya is the one we are doing what exporting. We are remaining with unskilled people here who cannot develop the country. We are supposed to leave these skilled people in Kenya to do what? Develop the country. After the time now we will have at least what we call sustainable, then we can export the excess ones, at least to do what? To develop other countries. So we should not export. So sometimes I just feel like this government is exporting people so that they reduce the number of voters who can vote against them.
So far it is called a brain drain. Has it affected the nation?
Of course, yes. Where are we getting these engineers from now? They're not there. They have gone. Drivers. Look, how many drivers came to Nairobi or went to Mombasa to be imported or to export to the countries? How many? Many of them went to Mombasa. Many of them came to Nairobi. Yet we are leaving our factories. We are exporting those people who can at least develop our country, leaving unskilled people here in Kenya. Then we expect Kenya to grow to first world country. How?
So if you say there is no employment in Kenya, or there is no job in Kenya, so yes, what do you want them to do here? At the same time, they are skilled and they have no job.
I told you earlier that the only thing which government should do is to do what? Let the environment of working be conducive. Full stop. Imagine you saw what happened with the article Nyota, whereby government were giving out 20,000. You are being given 20,000. This 20,000 is supposed to pay rent. Your rent where you live. This 20,000, the same 20,000 is supposed to start a business. Is the capital. Then the government expect you like within 1 year or 2 years you will now be self-reliant. Is it possible?
Mr. Andre, I don't think if the 20,000, it was around 25,000, or let me say 20,000. I don't think it was for rent for your house. I think it was a startup business where it was just an empowerment where the government were to empower youths from zero to start at least small businesses so that they can get something and get somewhere with that small capital.
My friend,
I don't even if you are government, I don't think if you can give people like 500,000 each to start up a business, and somebody who have never done any business,
my friend,
in his or her life, how can you spoil her with something like 100,000? What do you think this guy will do with that 100,000? So you want to increase the drunkards in the nation?
My friend, the first thing is this: we don't need money. That's the first thing. I don't need to be given money so that I start my business by the government.
Exactly.
No. That's the first thing
Yeah,
I need.
I agree.
Secondly, imagine, I wish it could only be Nairobians are the people who are in Nairobi by the time we are getting this nyota. These people, some people are coming from where? Up country. Listen, because in some areas there were not this. Imagine in the whole county, you group people in a one place county, but how many people are in the county? Leave alone youths. How many people are there? Then you expect these youths to get this money and maybe start a job. In Nairobi here, somebody has come to Nairobi from fresh from university or from college. Then you expect him to get this 25. Again, this 5,000 was going for what? Savings. If you don't know this, it was not that you are given all the money. 5K I was giving to savings I don't know what to happen to help you in future. 20K you are now supposed to think of it to at least the best thing to use it. So I think government should not give us incentives. The best incentive for us to be given is to lower the taxes. That's the best thing to do compared to being given the money. This is like bribing, like giving us tokens.
Okay, but Mr. Tambo,
Yes.
I think, do you think 20,000 can help you start something?
Personally, what I would say is that 20,000 shillings, it will depend with what you decided to do and so many other factors. You see, right here, you're expected to start with this 20,000 and multiply it and make it something that can sustain somebody for a long term. Now, considering the factors of production, we know that 20K cannot afford, let's say, like some land or some space for business. So we want to assume that when you are being given this 20K, you already have some space to do the business. So you'll be having that 20K as the capital to start the business. And you must also be already having that business idea, which I have to say is in the category of the SMEs. SMEs, like small and medium enterprise. It's under the small and medium enterprise, like doing some retail business, or maybe you can. If we say that you already have some land somewhere, then you can start some bit of farming, something like that. That one can bring some substantial returns. So this 20K, I would say, it can do something depending on your circumstances. But to others, it can amount to nothing. So it's up to whoever is advancing this 20,000. In this case, it's the government, to take into consideration all the circumstances you are in and to ensure that they are not throwing the 20,000 shillings away, but instead they are using it to make some change, which should be the main objective of the government itself, so that it doesn't happen that they give you 20,000 the next year, you are a jobless individual again, and they will have done zero work.
Okay, as per now, do you think this 20,000, do you think some have gained something, or as you know, the Kenyan youths? Okay, so far, if you can predict the percentage, do you think how, if you can predict a certain percentage, how, okay, which percentage has benefited from this 20,000?
You had me mentioning about your circumstances. Considering the circumstances that people are in, different people, I would say probably, I don't have an example to point to, but probably some people maybe I've made some progress. It's my assumption that some people have made some progress, but that is a very little change that cannot reflect in the national GDP. So what I would say is that the government is striving, but they're doing very little to achieve very little.
Okay, me, I think, to me, I think the government started with the empowerment. Okay, not really the cash empowerment, but I think training and giving them skills on how to use the money. If I don't lie, is it true?
Yeah, that's very true. That's a fact. There was a training that was being conducted for the individuals before they were given the monies.
So I think the training was a perfect strategy for the first time.
Yeah, it
Because
was.
you cannot give somebody money and you don't tell him or her where to spend the money. And I think even your president started with
The
simekufuga ku.
okay. It's possible. That's what I'm saying.
Unataka, yeah, what do you, how much do you need to start just a small poultry farm?
20,000 is enough.
Okay.
But if you already have.
Okay, president alikuwa anachoma kuku. Let's leave alone the poultry rearing or whatever farm. It can be more of a bit expensive, but kuchoma kuku, you only need a grill. A grill ni how much?
Grill.
Grill approximately 5,000. Unataka kuku ngapi uanze kuchoma ndio uuze?
Kama kuku 10 hivi.
No, 10 is too much. Bado hujui wateja wanatoka wapi. Because hauna storage facilities. So let's say utakuwa mnaanza na mbili. Mbili ni pesa ngapi? 2,000 shillings. Maka ni pesa ngapi? If you can synthesize this thing. Grill, maka tuseme uanze na gunia moja. At the same time umenunua kuku zako mbili. Hapo ushatumia less than 10,000. You don't need a stall to do this. You can do it in open air. Yeah. Okay, this is my suggestion. You can do it open air. You just look for a busy place. Yeah. You are still remaining with like 10,000. This 10,000, can it sustain you for the business to grow, to pick up?
It can, and your calculation is very accurate and is workable. But there is one issue that you need to consider. You know, like kuchoma kuku, you have to be where the customers are, right?
The customers
and where the customers
everywhere.
are, the rules are even stricter.
Customers are everywhere. People eat. People eat. People eat. Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. People eat daily.
So the ideal space, you have to have that ideal space too, where to do the business. If it is renting.
I said, yeah, you use open air. Open air, you only need maka. You need the kuku itself. Kama ni mbili, tatu. Yeah. At the same time, if you are somebody who is targeting something, unaweza tafuta hata mtu akusaidie na some storage facilities, a free. In case ingine ibaki, unaenda unadungulia hapo. So, kama we ni mtu, you think, 20,000, I think it is a very good amount kwanza na a small business enterprise. Hata kama ni SMEs or whatever, or MMEs, okay, it can lead you somewhere. To me, yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
So
just like you said, it can do something, but it doesn't amount to whatever we are looking at.
What are you looking for? And you don't have a job. You don't have a job. first of all, you have to look how to survive. You are looking how to survive. That's the first priority.
And you
So
might-
after stabilizing a business with the time, then you look for all those expensive things that you want to.
With the cost
So-
of living, you might find yourself surviving for the rest of your life with that business, because there are so many people who've done that.
We don't need to survive in the first place. We don't need to survive.
Okay, Mr. Sam.
Oh, see, you say that 20,000 is enough to start for a business, which is, I can agree with that. You see, if you have 20,000, it's not a must to have the space for you to start the business. How many people, if you go to town, how many people are there? They just hawking. Huh? You can just go and take a groundnut and you fry it. Then you start hawking. You see? Then this thing just go step by step. Then in future, you look for a space. You get? You will start growing slowly by slowly. So what I can say that 20,000 is enough for you to start for the business.
So Mr. Andrew is saying,
Yeah.
they don't need to survive. So you said you are learned. If you are learned, the first place you have some entrepreneurial skills. Those entrepreneurial skills, then you will apply them there.
Yeah.
So if you are learned, you've been given just a small thing to start the business, then you still want to waste this opportunity. You waste all these. You waste this 20,000 because you are not learned. You want a big thing. Where will the big thing come?
Okay, see, after school, you have nothing. You are hustling, isn't it? For you to survive. But you have given this amount. You see, as a wise man, you will not joke with this amount. You look something that you can do. So you will go step by step. This step by step will create big thing. Like the way I said that, for example, if I get this amount, 20,000, I will go to the market, buying a groundnut, I'll come home, I'll fry it, I'll start hawking, but I will not stay there forever. I know what I want. In future, I know I will change to another business, not that. That business that I will change will be a big business whereby I will have my rental stall. You get? And I know that I will move to the level that I want. Thank you.
That's the hope of everybody, by the way. Everybody hopes that when you start a business, you'll move to the place. My friend, one day just try to go to town. You think that town is yours. Utajua kwamba town kuna wenyewe. Au hawkers are not just hawkers like that. My friend, unajua kwamba kuna wenyewe hapo kwa hiyo hawking. You just go down like from Kibera direct to town, you get a space. You can't do that. That is a fact.
Mr. Andrew,
You can't do that.
There is some countries who said whoever will start the business with the hustler with the Nyota fund, they will not be charged or licensed. Is it true?
No, I'm not sure because I didn't take and I didn't even intend to take. Why? I wish that you could give me just one person who took this money and now is progressing. I wish, but I know those people who took this money and the money will just disappear because for sure this life, my friend, 1,000 is like nothing nowadays. If you're comparing us at this situation where we are now with Ruto, with the president in those areas, by that time even 500 was a lot of money. Now look at 1,000 is what do we do with 1,000, for example? 20k is just like just lose it start using it, then you know this money is not even enough for you. And again, you talk as if don't talk as if you are not moving it from side A to side B, and everything just wherever you are. You must move. You must go from one place to another. You must call. You must use this money will not even be enough in the first place. And again, let us argue that like people who have maybe have money don't know that you are fresh from nowhere. Is when you're gonna have 20K from your life. Is a big man to you. I'm not sure even you have a lot of money sometimes, but sometimes this money go whereby when you sit back and say, hey, what did I use this money for? You cannot even count whatever you have about this money. You see, so to say the truth, yes, it's money. Yes, I mean, we don't disagree with that. It's money. It's called money, yes. But is it enough, especially to live in Nairobi with that 20K, or to start a business with that 20K in Nairobi?
In Nairobi, it's difficult.
No.
My friend.
Okay, let me tell you the true story about me. Because to me, I started a business with less than 20,000, which was it is a barber shop. So what I did was very simple, because I searched for second-hand things. The machine and the mirrors and whatever, I started with only 20,000 shillings, less than 20,000. And this 20,000, I paid rent plus deposit. With the creativity or such creative, I managed to sustain the business until the business picked up. So if you're telling me that somebody
how many years back?
No, it's like 3 to 4 years back. Does not take long. So telling me that somebody cannot start a business, somebody who is having a good IQ,
I have a question.
telling me that he or she cannot start a business with 20K and the business thrives, even in Nairobi, my friend, you are going to a wrong direction.
Unless you want all of us to be bogus.
That's what I wanted to ask. Can everybody do business?
Let me ask you. The two have
Okay, the money you are given.
See, the two have said that they cannot start the business with 20,000. If I may ask, how much do you want? Huh? How much do you want for you to start the business? How much?
Personally, everybody is born with their own talents. What do I say? Everybody has a talent, right? Not everybody can be a doctor. Not everybody can be a lawyer. For me, I don't think I can do business well.
So it's
But-
like you want to say that you can.
Okay, farming I can
You
do.
cannot start-
Farming I can do, and if
Listen
it's
first.
farming,
Listen first. Now you want to say that you cannot start from the scratch. You need a big thing for you to take you to your vision and vision. Mission and vision. You cannot start from the
for
scratch.
20K, 20K is too little. According to me, for whatever I would want to do, let me put it at something bigger.
No.
Or maybe
Okay, you are talking about talent. I don't think if you need capital to start a talent is inbuilt, and it's something that you can thrive it with even without. I think what we should talk about is the potential. Yeah, people do have different potentials. So in different fields. So there is somebody. Let me give an example of somebody who have done something like a fabrication, which is something like in a layman language is a welding. The welding machine is around 6,000, 7,000 shillings. You only need some place to set that thing. You only need okay. As we talk, there is places. Welding doesn't need a very good stall or very good place. It needs like you can start it. if you have the skills, you have some still there, unanunua tu hiyo nini ya kuchomelea around 7,000. So 5,000 itakutosha kulipa nao nyumba, 5 plus deposit 10. Utaanza kuchomelea watu wheelbarrow. Hizi vitu ndogo ndogo, you be creative enough, unatengeneza zingine, you sell them before mteja akuje, because these things that you are the ready-made things you are doing, they will attract customers and they will show people, those things will show people that you are doing something. Yeah, so hey, tell me.
You have to talk about wheelbarrow until I remembered you are kumbe wewe ndio wale watu wa wheelbarrow.
Was not for wheelbarrow.
Who think that the only kazi ni kazi, wheelbarrow is the only thing. Remember that people have gone to school. These people are jobless, are not that from class 8 and now they are outside there. Not from 4 outside there. They've gone to school. Imagine my mom sold her house, maybe sold the land to take him to school. Then after 5 good years in university, I come back with a trolley, I don't call it trolley or whatever, trolley. With my eye, Mama, this is what I now you this is what now you did for me. How many years, my friend? You know, let us speak let us be diverse, whereby we touch to everybody. Those who have gone to school, those who have not gone to school, those who maybe dropped school because of school fee and so on and so forth. Fine, we don't say that now. Everybody went to school or everybody drop. A person who has gone to done engineering, then you want to give him a welding machine which maybe he didn't do before, because now kazi ni kazi, now start welding. Then why did you go to? Then you could have given that welding prior, even before you went to university, my friend. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't add up. Let us be at least factual according to the skills people had, and apart from skills, those people also have a profession in teaching. Surely, I've done teaching. Then you tell me now, my friend, there's money here. You just start what? Kinyozi hapo, leave alone whatever you learned. Are you helping in any way? Are you even helping my parents at home there?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Man. I can see we are running out of time, but it's good to air our views on everything we want to say. But I want us to talk about this, because at least we will come back on that topic next time. We still have a long way to go here. So there is this thing, is the social media controlling the politics. Is it true? How is this social media controlling the politics of Kenya today?
Yeah.
Do you think social media controls politics of today?
Definitely it does, and in a big way.
Okay.
The traditional way of politicking has changed drastically. You know, politics oftentimes is about perception, propaganda, and such like things. And with the access of information, more and more information from the internet, from the social media platforms, people are able to get the political awareness that never used to be. Currently, almost everybody is aware politically and informed, and mostly opinions are formed from the stuff we get from the internet, from the social media. So the traditional ways of getting information, of getting access to information, they are no longer consumed the same way it used to be. And you realize that things like newspapers and TV, radios, they were not that accessible to everyone. like the internet is now. So people are more politically aware, and opinions are formed mostly from the stuff we get from the social media.
Okay, Mr. Tam. Sam,
Yeah.
what do you think about social media? Hizi cartoons zenye wanachorachora, are they affecting are they affecting the politics of today? And how?
Okay. Well, according to my opinion, if you say that social media nowadays are controlling the politics of Kenya, sometimes I disagree with it.
How?
This is because our social media, or I can say the internet, they are very transparent. According to my opinion, see, each and everyone has got his opinion. They just bring it the way it is. So I cannot say that they are controlling politics. What I can say, they are transparent. That's my opinion, and that's what I can say. Thank you.
Mr. Andrew,
Yes.
there's this issue of activists that fall in the social media, trying to manipulate everything or trying to take over the social media so that they can use it to speculate everything that they can. Bloggers, activists are using it to stage manage these maandamano and whatever, and they pay this thing to spread the maandamano day so that it can group people very fast.
Sure.
Is it true?
Of course, it's true. Absolutely, that's true, because nowadays, the way my learned friend has talked about that, things have changed nowadays compared to the way it used to be. Nowadays, my friend, for you to win, you must win physically, and also you must win in a software. Software, that is. This is what I mean. Social media has really changed the way we do politics. Nowadays, people are being paid to do propaganda, to do blogging against other people. Imagine giving false, be it false, or sometimes they are true, of course, out of false about your opponent. It gives you at least a step ahead, because you have given a secret of your opponent which other people didn't know about. It might be true, it might be false, but the Englishmen say that where there's light, where there is smoke, there must be fire. For somebody to propagate such a thing against somebody, there must be what? There must be something which he did or she did, and now maybe it's coming to limelight. So truly, social media is one of the things which I can say that is God sent thing. Now, even now where we are now, for me to be heard, for my views to be heard, the best way for my views to be heard is through social media. It's one of the best way in which it reaches many people in the shortest time possible. So politics nowadays, when I remember about the Gen Z, what happened in 2024, they were not even meeting physically. They could meet virtually, whereby they just send a message that we'll let us have a meeting somewhere, so and so, let us meet somewhere. And within a moment, the meeting could be held, through social media without knowing somebody physically. So truly speaking, we have gone away from the old ways of doing politics, whereby you must go somewhere, you must talk to people. You can have your own people who talk to other people through social media. So yes, it is changing the way we do politics. And again, to the activist, my friend, Nowadays we come, this TV station nowadays sometimes they are being micromanaged by politicians. You don't expect a TV owned by a politician to talk bad about him or about her. Therefore, we rely much on the social media at least to get this information which you cannot get in TV. Go to a country that is in the village. You want to get this TV or channels, but at least you'll get Shosho has got a smartphone. At least she or he can scroll and see what's happening. What happened today, what happened yesterday. They know almost everything of what has happened in Nairobi, and yet they're not there. Why? Just because of social media. So it's true that social media is helping us, and the activists are using them. Some are using them in a bad way, yes, maybe to uplift themselves, but some are using them at least to educate or to make awareness, to create awareness for the common people, at least to see what is happening. Let me give you an example. Many of us have not read the new what do you call this? The new finance bill now. For sure, many of us have not even seen it. But now through social media, at least I've catch some. Oh, they wanted to maybe to increase some tax on this. They wanted to have tax to at least almost everybody. If you're using mobile phone, you're using whatever, you'll be traced. How do you use M-Pesa? Even if M-Pesa, the money which has been transferred to you, how are you using it? You'll be traced so that at least you pay what? You pay tax. How we get all these things? We get them through social media. So social media is changing all these things, and time is coming whereby, my friend, social media will be the only thing, if not leave alone the other things, it will be the only thing which will be used by most people to do politics or to carry out their daily activities. So it is.
Mr. Tambo.
Yes.
We can see there is a trend of people using social media to propagate a lot of lies. What is your take?
It's true. Social media is being used for the good and the bad purposes. For individuals to achieve whatever their objectives are when it comes to politics. But I have to say that even though some people might use social media incorrectly to propagate, to spread propaganda or lies, the good thing is that it's easy to fact check because all the information are available from different platforms, and including the other search engines and things like that, and the other platforms. So it's easy to fact check, and we have to say that social media basically is a good thing, and misusing the social media.
How do we fact check? Because sometimes understanding social media nowadays is very hard, because you can wake up, you find something like something weird is written on your page, so you don't know where to start. So you you don't know where to find the right information, because there is somebody who has propagated a lie. Yeah, so you also will spread the same lie, because getting the source of that information is very hard. Yeah. So how do you control? How do politicians control all these nowadays? Because it's very hard to me.
I think there are controls to that. You remember there is that bill. It's called. I don't remember. It's about controlling the internet and the use of internet.
Okay.
There's a bill that was contentious some time back, but it was signed into law. I remember, just after the Gen Z protests. So
are those bills working?
When it comes to spreading malicious information or lies, that one is taken care of by the law.
Have you ever seen anybody arrested and charged in court of law with the spreading malicious rumors in this kind?
There are cases actually. At the moment, I can't give a specific example, but I'm aware of cases that have been prosecuted. And again, you might not have so many cases being prosecuted because the bill was signed into law and people are scared of spreading malicious information or lies in the internet. So that one of misusing the internet is taken care of by the law. For the good things, then we have just to be happy about the good things that we get from the internet, which are more than the bad things that are likely to come out of the internet and the social media.
Mr. Sam, the Woolwell. Atia Sam Mike. Atuambie, as we sum up about this social media thing, how is it controlling the politics of today?
Okay.
What? Okay,
You
okay.
say
There is
that the social
okay.
media.
There is this trend of people using
Spreading.
these images. There is somebody, I don't know, I can't quote his name, but anatumia hii picha ya kasongo kama cartoon, anatumia kihaga, anafanya nini. So hizi vitu zinasaidia aje?
You see, we cannot say that all the social media are using this thing. All of them are spreading lies. We cannot say all of them are using, but some. These people who are spreading lies, I think the government should take action to deal with them accordingly, because you cannot just take a picture of someone and start using or start spreading the way you want without asking that person or talking that person. You just come from nowhere and do such thing. So I think for those people who are taking advantage that they cannot be found doing those things, the best thing the government should do is to take action, and they should be dealt with accordingly. That's what I can say.
So these people are all over. Because the youth are all over. They're using cartoons, they're using everything that they can to, I don't know what they, I don't know what I can say, but they're using them badly.
Yes.
And there are very many. And there is some people are called activists. Those people are defending them fully, because if you find somebody is held accountable for that, the activists from the even the senior councils in Kenya, they are activists nowadays. So you'll find these people are all over, and they are protecting them fully. So even if this guy is taken to court to be prosecuted, it is the same activists or the same councils that are supporting and protecting these people 100%. Yeah. How? What can be the solution?
You see, before that, for those people who are trying to sponsor these people, those people, they should know that the social media is not a place to bring jokes like that. And if they will continue doing those dirty things, I think the law is very clear. The law is very clear. They continue doing those things, but they should know in their mind that the law is very clear. Let our government do something for them, and I think they will stop it. Yeah.
Okay, as we wind
I
up,
just wanted to add something. I mentioned that there are adequate controls for misuse of internet and social media. There's the law which was enacted, that internet misuse bill. Other than that, the different platforms, be it Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, X, all the social medias, there's a way you can report any misuse to them, and they can take down or ban an account. So there are enough controls. As for the use of AI to create images, that's content creation, and if it doesn't insult anybody or offend anybody, that's just okay.
okay, Mr. Andrew,
Yes.
is the government regulating the social media pages or the social media platform as a whole?
Of course, yes. It's the responsibility of government to ensure that the social media is regulated. Now, the only gap which is there also, it's sometimes not that easy to have that evidence to know that the person who did this and this is this one here. That's what has made the government not to have a big problem to at least to maybe to take to account these people who are propagating through social media. But yes, there's that law, and a lot of bills have been passed in the parliament to show that at least. But sincerely speaking, again, I'm seeing that when we regulate a lot of, much about social media, some we call them content creators. They are doing them for fun, and as that some people are doing to create that content. So if you want to regulate each and every word which somebody says, any action which, for example, like we call it sit salute whatever, whereby you may make a picture of somebody who looks like him, but it's not him. I remember there's a time whereby somebody was taken to court. He said that Ruto is dead, something like that. Ruto is dead. When he was taken to court, what did the judge say? He said that I didn't mean the person who we are thinking of. Ruto is our neighbor. And he died. Now, if true, can you go and bring him, the one who died, to this court so that he can
I think
do what?
there was some pictures were cloned, as I don't know how they made them, but there were some pictures showing our president is dead. There were some people who are surrounding the grave. So I don't think if that's the excuse.
And again, this is the right which you have as a citizen, whereby you must remain innocent until proven guilty. Is it okay? Now, how sure are you that the one, because Ruto, at that time Ruto was alive, so how sure are you that the person who was made lying on the casket there was the same person who was alive? So it's the truth is that was not dead by that time. That's a fact. Is it okay? The only time which maybe you'll say that now, for sure, I'm speaking about the one person which is the president. If I say that the president of Kenya, which is one person of Kenya, so and so is dead, that is one person. But about Ruto, the name Ruto is a common name. It can be, again, the picture that can be distorted. I will say that no, I didn't mean this. This picture, somebody has distorted it. So that's where at least sometimes there's a barrier in which government now cannot proceed to do what, to help these people to account. Understand that? Yeah. So unless otherwise the due diligence is done, whereby now you arrest me, have the evidence saying that I am the one who did this and that and that, and this is the person whom I put here is is Ruto or is the person. Unless there's evidence, of course, if there's no evidence, you cannot help me to account.
Okay, that's right. But to me, the social media should be regulated, and anybody held accountable of putting such imageries, I think, should be dealt with accordingly.
According to the law.
Accordingly.
The law, yeah.
Even if it's according to the law, but accordingly, so that these things can reduce. Huh?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we are winding up. To our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to this channel. I think you should subscribe for more videos, because we'll be streaming live. We'll be bringing you more and more videos day by day. I say thank you and thank you so much. As we wind up this session, we say thank you and thank you. Subscribe to this channel. Say thank you and thank you again. I was your host, Joseph. So